Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Powerwash Simulator with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are moving on, and I'm still not entirely sure where this is if this is like tied in with the story or not. But we have the fire plane to wash up. Because it's been dealing with a lot of crap, and it is like encrusted with all kinds of stuff. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the game. So yes, here is the Sky Whale, as Miss Perez likes to call it. And yeah, it is like grime stains, volcanic ash. I'm not sure if they're like trying to fight the volcano and put out fires involved with the volcano or what, but how long do you think it'll be? A while? I realize that you're kind of in a hurry. I have an urgent stationary drop scheduled, and I can't have the fire plane hogging up the airport, you know? Well, look, do you want it to be able to fly properly or not? I mean, I'll do it as quickly as I can. Within reason. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if they're like, hey, this is from, you know, this is like, kind of like, yeah, if the volcano was still exploding as part of the main story still, or if this is just like, hey, so yeah. This is, they're just dealing with the aftermath of Mr. Thrust's big mistake. I mean, in theory, the volcano was like never actually like erupted. We did manage to stop it before it erupted, so. And they didn't have, you know, they weren't talking about like a fire plane. It was they had a fire copter that like went and saved Cal from getting all messed up with volcanic fumes and stuff. There we go. Man, some of this is just really caked on there. Apparently the window is even worse. Like, she wasn't even sure how she managed to land because of how bad it is. Wait, do you guys actually have a whale, like, drawn onto the bottom of this thing? Are you that, like, enraptured with the name, the Sky Whale? Can you just, like, yeah. Put it back here so that I can, like... There we go. Much better. So there's like a small amount right in the crevice. There we go. All right. I'll say this: if they do, man, they are very committed to their shtick. All right, let's make sure we get the edge here. Try to get the edge of them. Why? Okay, there you go. I was gonna say, I'm like, why won't you jump? Yeah, obviously the top isn't going to be really painted anything special, but it looked like the tail bits, it looked like that was like may have been painted like a whale's tail. I mean, this isn't horrible. Not exactly great, but it's not horrible. Although, you know, significant amount of dirt and stuff like that can affect how well it, you know, how well the air resistance is cut and stuff like that. And yeah, it can cause a lot of pain and suffering for anybody who's... Oh boy, can you believe this airport manager guy? Wait. Is this the Caldera Airport? I just went into the lounge for coffee, and bear in mind, I'm filthy from volcano ash. I've clearly been through something. He told me to clean up first, or I'd disturb the other visitors. Where are we? We are at the highfalutin. Okay, this is the highfalutin aerodrome. Okay, so this is not like the private one where we cleaned the stunt plane, the one that was, being run by the mayor who skipped town. I think it was the mayor. It might have been the mayor's son, because he did, just trying to, distance himself from his father, which, no disrespect there, but yeah, that's the right choice. If you can distance yourself from the ex-mayor, that's probably a good idea. I'm just going to be honest with you. The ex-mayor is not somebody you want to be associated with. I'm still wondering if he isn't like a vampire that just keeps adding numbers to his name every generation or so. Alright, let's slow it down a bit then. Okay, that was a little weird hiccup. Yeah, some people are more worried about cleanliness and the sensitivities of others than hey, this person just flew in from the frickin' volcano, and yeah, they need some. They could really use a coffee. Probably take care of as much of this stuff as we can hit right now. And I'm pretty sure that, shooting water into engine parts is not, It's not good. It's not the proper way to clean an engine. Go. There's got that swath. Get the exhausts. Yes. Like that. Okay, let's take care of some of this. Now we'll come across. Landing light, okay. Well, obviously we're going to have to hit that from the front and bottom as well. This side doesn't have an antenna, huh? Well, it doesn't have one going out. It's got one going up, apparently. I think we've got everything here. You see, it wasn't that bad. I mean, okay, yeah, you probably weren't going to see much out the side, and it probably only make out a little bit of stuff out the front, but still, could have been a whole lot worse. Tell you what, though, I'm having a good old snoop while I'm here. Well, okay. Some very curious photos on the wall. is one of like this really wealthy guy. I mean, I'm sure you probably know who Blake Thrust is. Guy's got friends in high places. Like, how high places? I'm not talking about mountaineers. Well, okay, thanks for clearing that up. I mean, I didn't think he was making friends with, you know, that he had friends that were in the mountain climbing. Also, he does look strangely familiar. Oh, this is apparently the same place. Wait, what is it? Let me take a look at something here. Let's take a look. It was at the, let's see here. So it was like, yeah, this stump plane. Okay, so it is the same place. It is the Highfalutin Aerodome. That is the same place where, yeah, Jeff Jefferson, the 12th, 13th, whatever number he is. So yeah, this is the, yeah, this is the same place that was high, that was the, this is where the mayor ran off to. I was wondering, it's like, well, far away from town. Yeah. Okay, so yes, this is where the mayor ran off to. After we cleaned his boat and he went on a boat ride. This is where he came out and he's just like, okay, let's start a new con. So there is like the Sky Whale is not just a name. It is very much a full-on like description of the thing. Like they actually do have it painted up as to look like a whale from underneath. And possibly the sides too. So yeah, the Florence is the first person that we heard about that we never actually got to talk to until now. And we've seen her initials in the graffiti at the skate park, which just is a little bit troubling with just basically how long that the dirt in the skate park had been around. All right, can we hit this from down here? Yeah, we're good.
Oh, yeah. All right, I think we might want to go with our extension here because we're kind of at the outer limits of what we can hit. I'm still kind of surprised that it's not like cat themed in some way. But at least Florina isn't like an idiot. She's like, hey, so something odd is going on here as far as this guy who runs this place, and he looks awful familiar. When will you be Tim Timerson the First? Yes, there we go. When will you be done? When I'm done? I'm keeping an eye on that, on a filthy pilot. Who's also got zero manners. Wandering through my establishment. You're just upset because she's from Muckingham and she almost recognizes you. Laughing to herself for zero reason. Dude, you didn't even make it outside of the county. So yeah, now the mayor is like, oh shit, here's somebody else who might recognize me. And she's asking questions, and oh, this isn't good, this isn't good. All right, there's the wing float. So we've got okay, there's the part of the propeller that we couldn't get to. All right, so I think most of this side of this done. See, I'm slightly concerned with the with what we kind of what is was hinted at as far as the mayor goes in number 2. It's like, okay, so is the mayor actually going to run for office again? Like, is he going to run for office again? And are people going to be stupid enough to believe that he's somehow changed? I mean, I'd like to think that people aren't that stupid. But, again, this is Muckingham we're talking about. These people is dumb. Oh, okay, so there's rust on here. I guess that makes sense because this is like the portion of the plane that would be in contact, would be like skimming through the water as they're picking up water from like a lake or something like that. So yeah, that makes sense. Not like just random grime. But I do appreciate their color sense here. It's like, okay, so yeah, you've got like this big like whale-like face. And then you've got like this gray stripe part for the underbelly of the whale. It's really it makes it's actually pretty stylish, I gotta admit. Then if you're looking at it from the bottom, you see the fins on the underside of the wing. It has style to it. I will grant that. It has style to it. All right, let's try and get rid of the grime, then we'll focus on the rust. Landing gear is clean. It is just grime. All right, now we're getting to the point where there's going to be some rust. Shouldn't there be like some doors or something? This is a fire plane. It should have some doors that open to drop water. Hell, the helicopter had water dump doors, basically. Right, there's that portion of the hull. Get all the lovely little gadgets and gadgets underneath. There we go. All right. Let's try the short extension. Get right up in on it. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, and it actually is better. I couldn't tell for a moment there because I'm like, okay, so I'm not seeing anything, but you know, am I hitting the wrong button? Okay, so there's still part of the fuselage that's back fuselage that isn't clean yet? Really? Up. Thank you. Oh yeah, I guess like there's like kind of a seam here. Oh, and then this portion of the tail. Okay. There we go. That's better. Wait, I know Derek DeGoss, the actor from that Spies movie. Okay. I guess it's actually, you know. No. There's a photo of him potholing with the mayor and the billionaire Blake Thrust. How random is that? Not that random if you, like, pull your head out of your ass. take that photograph, hold it up next to the guy who's, who runs this place, and do a little comparison. The results might surprise you. Like, how do people not recognize the fucking mayor? Like, was the mayor just that reclusive? I wouldn't think so. I didn't think he'd be able to be that reclusive. I mean, that being said, I have no idea who the mayor of my town is or what they look like. So, then again, they're not like, a massive egomaniac that's like, shows up everywhere and is like, oh, everybody adores me type thing. There we go. Intake. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, there's got to be like one small little piece that's just like in a weird position. Say, I'm like, come on now, Mr. Porthole, sir. Kindly get clean. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, my hope that Patricia was like, you know, or not Patricia, but Floria was at least semi-competent compared to everybody else. Yeah, those hopes are dashed. I don't think she's gonna recognize the mayor. Which is a shame, because somebody should know where he ran off to. There's the wing mount. They'll need a little bit on the fuselage. Ah. Maybe like right here? There we go. All right. That landing light is good. This one I don't think dinged. No, it did. Okay, cool. So the edge of the doors. Oh, right. That. I haven't done the other side of this door yet. The outside of the door. Doesn't matter how clean the inside of the door is, if the outside of the door is still all mucked up. Yeah, we're not going to get... It's not going to let us go very far. So let's take a look here. So there is one of the ailerons. All right. I'm guessing we need to come up here and take a look at the... Ooh. No. You were falling and I told you to jump and you just like you were back up. How? Okay, vertical stabilizers. And the struts for both of them. Woo. There we go. All right, so we need the door handle. Wing floats. Oh, right. Put you there. Okay, so where's the last little bit of dirt? There we go. All right. Now we can work on now we just need the holes. Yeah, I really think rather than having a power wash services, I think this place needs a really good detective. Maybe some competent police. Preferably somebody from outside the city. All right, there we go. Yeah, exactly. Wow, Doc, amazing work. I've checked over the sky whale, and it looks like we got away with it. Just such a relief. Thanks to you, I can head straight back, which is just as well. Doesn't look like Rushless is gonna run out of steam or ash anytime soon. So yeah, I'm guessing this was like partway through the story. I'm not entirely sure how these line up chronologically. Clean the dessert parlor. So yes, power washer. I love my staff. I really do. They're great with customers. They have lots of amazing ideas for new flavors. They're always upbeat, and they keep their cool in just about any situation. But they did not react well to the presence of a raccoon in my ice cream parlor. No, they did not. So it is specifically an ice cream parlor, not just like a dessert parlor or something like that. It's just grime. That's all it is. It's just grime. Okay. It's not particularly, vicious grime. Yeah, a raccoon, I agree. A raccoon in an ice cream parlor, probably not anything that they've been trained for. Not anywhere close to what anything that they're ready for. I mean, notice she doesn't tell us how she reacted to the raccoon. And how does a raccoon getting in here cause this much grime buildup? Like, raccoons can make a huge mess. That is true, but like, not this big of a mess. I think there's totally something else going on here that the proprietor is not telling us about. I mean, there is definitely indications. I mean, we do have raccoon prints, so there was a raccoon here. It's just one of those things where it's like this is not the job of a this is not the gunk of a raccoon or somebody reacting to a raccoon. This is like an industrial explosion of ice cream and confectionaries. Like, and I appreciate the job, but you're gonna need somebody other than a power washer to come in and like go through this stuff. Like, all this stuff has to be deeply sanitized now before you can go, you know, using it to dish out ice cream and cakes and stuff like that. Like, this is you'd probably be better off just like scrapping the place and like, you know, trying to get some kind of, you know, hoping that you can like, you know, get up the donations or something for to start again, because man, it's gonna be a it's gonna take a lot to get this thing clean, like properly clean, so that it. Well, okay. Then again, this is Muckingham. I don't think they have a health department at all. All right. Go down the topping containers. All right, those are all clear. What are these? Sweet jars. Okay. These are jars that you keep your sweets in? I mean, isn't that like 90% of what you do? Waffle makers? Yeah, waffle iron. I was gonna say, I'm like, that, those look like waffle irons. The industrial ones that flip over and stuff like that. That's just the waffle counter. I would think you'd have a lot of freezers. I would think that you would need more than just these two freezers. Like, you gotta have a huge freezer somewhere, right? No smoking, caution, wear a hairnet. I mean, you're already miles above where, you know, some of the other places that I've cleaned, that, you know, the food places that I've cleaned. At least you, like, have some notion of safe practices and healthy practices and stuff. Granted, one of the other places that we've had to clean was, you know, technically it was a mob. It was a mafioso pizzeria, so maybe not something that, you know, maybe not one to judge, to lump in with something that's actually like a proper thing. Our new junior scooper, Rihanna Hooper, had spotted a raccoon out the back, rifling through the bins. Right. To Rihanna's credit, she immediately rushed out to shoo it away. She left the door open, didn't she? Unfortunately, she didn't think to close the door to the parlor behind her first. Uh-huh. Classic mistake. At least they also serve coffee here. See, that wasn't so much a guess. When I worked at Meijer, like a grocery store type thing, we had a mouse, that had gotten into one of these big hoppers that they use to carry like produce and stuff, and it couldn't jump out. So they're like, "Oh, well, we'll just take it out and, like, you know, dump it out the door." I'm like, and that's what they did. They went out, they dumped it. The mouse ran off away, so they tried to scare it by stomping up behind it. it ran forward and then ran back at an angle. That's generally how mice try to escape. Is if they, if forward is just this big empty space, they know that's dangerous when you're talking about predators. So they try and and basically run forward and then come back at an angle, hoping that the predator is going to move right on past them. And of course, what did the idiots that I was working with do? They left the door wide open, and basically the mouse did exactly what the raccoon did. It just ran. It tried to say, "Hey, okay, well, if you're gonna chase me, then I'm not gonna go where you think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back in." Yep, nowhere to hide, especially when you're when with rodents and vermin and stuff like that. Things that are going to be hunted by owls, hawks, eagles, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, wide open space. That's just, you might as well start waving a flag up above your head. Those scratches in the dirt? Yeah, those are literally scratches in the dirt. This place was filthy long before the raccoon came through. I think I'm getting the idea that once the raccoon came through there, then the health inspector was like, yeah, what happened to, where did all this grime and stuff come from? Like, oh yeah, that was the raccoon. See, this one is not, I mean, this one is, again, it's a huge place, but it's not, like, really a difficult clean. Like, you can pretty much get rid of everything with just the white nozzle easily, so it's like, yeah. It's not, the huge surface area doesn't really matter. mean, I will say this place is very, very vibrant. Never quite understood the need for Pepto-Bismol, you know, the Pepto-Bismol pink coloring for an ice cream parlor. Oh no, she was employee of the month too? Yeah, that doesn't that doesn't say much for your parlor and stuff if that was your employee of the month. Man, that's weird. I took a drink, and I didn't realize, for some reason, I didn't realize that I was still drinking my coffee rather than my carbonated beverage. So I was expecting something cold and fizzy, and all of a sudden I get this, you know, cold and flat, and I'm just like, that just tastes weird. But once I realized that I had my coffee cup in my hand, all of a sudden my brain's like, no, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. It's like, yeah, all right, yeah, cool. Like, but just like that moment of, you know, my brain was expecting something else, and it's just like, something's off here. Like, wow, the lemonade usually tastes a whole lot better. What the hell is going on? It's like, oh wait, this isn't lemonade. Oh, nope, everything's fine. Brains are weird, weird things. All right. Like, the only reason I can think of for there to be like this much gunk and stuff is if they just like started throwing ice cream and cakes and stuff at it. Kind of like a friend of mine one time, was, you know, I had a package of Jelly Babies. And, you know, he tried one and he's like, oh my God, this is the worst tasting grape flavor ever. I'm like, grape? The Jelly Babies don't have grape flavor. I looked and it's like, oh yeah, that's one of the black ones. Yeah, that's not grape. That's black currant. He's like, oh. He tried another bite and he's like, okay, that's, you know, that's actually really good. He really liked it, and he's like, yeah. Once he got his brain over the fact that it's not grape, it was like, oh yeah, everything's fine. While Rihanna was dealing with the raccoon, Harry Ollamh had come for his daily deluxe. Okay. He's this sweet, super bright, and super shy kid. It's clear he doesn't get get much chance to chat to people, but he always tries to get a convo going. That morning, he was remarking on the incredible size consistency of the mint choc chips. I mean, as long as you have, like, you know, as long as you roll out the chocolate that you're going to be chopping up into chocolate chips, you know, you roll it out to its pretty even consistent, pretty even thickness. Yeah, getting the same size chocolate chips for your mint chocolate chip is not that difficult. I'm still very much trying to figure out how the hell you got all of this mess from one raccoon. Oh yeah. That's one of those lovely little attention to details that they have. It's like, hey, if you spray the lamp here, it's just like, yeah, you can get like a perfect outline. Oh no, I knocked over the gnome. Seriously, why is this entire area so obsessed with gnomes? There's just gnomes everywhere. Under the, yeah, again, like, okay, I will say the you know, the table leg that looks like a that looks like an ice cream cone, that looks like a waffle cone. That is kind of neat. That is kind of cute. All right, stand up. Yep. There you go. Now you're on the table like it's like you're getting ready for an operation or something. I'm not sure why you would come into a sweet shop for an operation, but, you know. Gnomes are weird. All right, so that little corner is done. Suppose I should do the ceiling in here too, shouldn't I? Just so that I'm done with this entire, like, service area, yeah. As soon as the raccoon darted into the parlor, it was mayhem. Why? Everyone, including the staff, immediately lost it as the wild animal scurried around, desperate to find its way out. But that's when Harry came into his own. It's sounding like Harry might be, it really almost sounds like Harry might be on the autistic spectrum. Like, he likes coming in for he has a usual, he likes coming in, he's, you know, kind of has a difficult time coming up with conversations and talking. And all of a sudden, you know, hey, here's this wild animal and he saves the day. Because he understands animals more than he does people. Which, yeah, would totally track with somebody who is on the autistic spectrum. You don't have to worry about animals and, you know, stupid feelings and weird expectations and shit like that. All right, looks like everything behind the counter is done. We can come out, we can flip the close the counter. Thank you. like a... Oh, good God. I didn't realize there was like a bar there. Okay. Or a table, mass table, whatever. Yeah, still none of her explanation explains why the entire the entire parlor is just covered in grime. Like, none of this makes sense, ma'am. Like, how did Harry come into his own? What did he do to get the raccoon out, and how does it explain all this mess? I am still very curious how she's going to explain all this mess. Harry knew that peppermint oil was raccoon deterrent. Okay. So as soon as everyone else failed, he clambered over the counter, grabbed a tub of mint chocolate chip, and began peppering the parlor with it. Then he created a delicious pathway of strawberry sorbet to guide the animal out. I mean, it worked, but at what cost? $400. $400 is the cost. But I seriously doubt that he, like... I seriously doubt that he, like, threw it up all over the ceilings, the walls, the floor, everything. Or that he, like, drew graffiti and initials with a heart on the glass. Wait, GS. Okay, Gemma Smentana? Like, somebody during all of this chaos was basically trying to profess their love to you, ma'am. Do you realize that? And again, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on your entire fucking story. Like this, that does not make any sense. That is true. Most rodents and vermin do not like the smell of peppermint. It's actually good for most household rodents and stuff like that. Like, that's one of the things that you can do to help prevent mice from bothering your house, is basically little bags of sawdust that are soaked in peppermint oil. And in fact, one of the reasons why we associate the smell of lavender with cleanliness is interesting, because lavender will actually help fend off or repel most insects. So, before humans had, like, washing machines and stuff like that, where you could easily wash and completely launder and practically sanitize, like, bed clothing and blankets and sheets and stuff like that. They used to use lavender oil and hang lavender in rooms in order to keep bugs away. So a clean room was generally a room that had the smell of lavender. So our brains now connect the smell of lavender with being clean. That's kind of why you find lavender scented fucking everything. It's because we think, oh, well, if it's got the smell of lavender, then we know that there's no bugs. So it's clean. But you just have, like, dispensers for... You just have, like, ice cream dispensers just in the wall? Really? I mean, don't you sell ice cream? Or do you get, like, are you, like, the one ice cream parlor that, like, gives free refills? Like, if you are, hey, who am I to complain? But, it's just, that's a really weird business model. And I'd hate to think about how many people you are responsible for them developing diabetes. I do love the classic diner stools, though. Those are nice. I am a fan of the retro look. You know what? I don't think I actually cleaned... I was going to say, I don't think I cleaned the top of that one. I did not. See, this is how big stuff should be. It's like, yeah, this is a huge place, lots to clean, but it's not nearly, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as that freaking house was. The mansion. All right, so we've got various different floors, of course, but let's take a look and see what we've got here. So we do have, oh, a sink faucet. We didn't get all of the faucet, huh? Hanging menu frames. I'm guessing probably like the sides. Oh no, I know what we need to hit. There we go. Booth table legs. I thought I got both. Oh, did I not get these? Apparently not. Apparently I missed this. I forgot to get this one. Booth tables. All right, you're fine. Wait, did I not get the... Oh, yep, the edge. All right, now we're ready to just do the floor and be done. Gonna need to move you. I don't even know why they gave us a ladder. We don't really need a ladder. There's pretty much nothing about this place that even comes close to requiring the ladder. I mean, I suppose if we didn't want, you know, if they didn't, you know, if we were really worried about being cleanly and stuff and like not jumping up on the counter or the tables or anything like that, sure, maybe. But we're hosing them down anyway, though it'll be fine. Yeah, ice cream floor pattern, the swirls, and then if you notice, this ceiling is just a waffle pattern. It's the waffle pattern from like a waffle cone. They really did. They really made this place like a shining. They like put in as much of the as much ice cream related symbolism as they possibly can. Job complete. I so appreciate the way they do it in the second one, the way they're gonna do it in the second one, where the camera shifts when you're in a different area. Powerwash services. I've just seen the parlor and I can't believe how gleaming it is. Whilst the debacle cost me a fortune in stock, I'm actually glad it happened. Harry, or should I say Minty, has come into his own, and it's a story I can roll out at parties and barbecues for the next 20 years. And I can just write the costs off as an industrial accident. All the best, Gemma. That's going to be insurance fraud, ma'am. That is going to be insurance fraud. So, right. Commissioner Bellasaurus. Welcome back to Muckingham's subway system. Following yesterday's spring festival, our subway system suffered a 314.1% increase in train defacement, considerably more than the predicted 5.9%. Considering we've made the difficult decision to commission a power washer and face a 2.65% hit to our annual contingency cleaning budget. Consequently, we have, okay, wow, we can at least get started in on this. So, thick grime. But suspiciously, it's not on the back side. Harper? Hey, Wishy, what you up to? First morning at Jess's Antiques, and I've already been sent to Washingham to pick up a Rocco basket base. I want to say, ma'am, your hunt is over. His eye. But you know, never reveal your full weirdness on day one. I don't know, let them know what they're getting into. So how's your day shaping up? Well, I'm cleaning a couple subway cars, so what does that tell you? Moose claw? Okay. See, they wanted a lot of graffiti. They got lazy with it. This is just like a whole bunch of just like gibberish. But it's gibberish that they can tile on top of each other so that it looks like it's really horrendously graffitied. At least the subway station hasn't been graffitied. Somebody's really into weather. We'll do the outside of car A. Then I think we'll call it a night. Oh, that's just straight up oil. All right. Oil and rust all over it too. That's not, you know, that's not vandalism. That's just poor maintenance. Why so much oil? Is there some kind of an oil leak or something? Like what? Who's pouring oil over this thing? least the thick grime is no match for the Vista Pro. There we go. What, we've got 3 cars? No, 2 cars. All right, we've only got 2 cars total. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of the graffiti. Very lovely drawings, but they gotta go. Sorry. All right. Yeah, that's a little weird. The outside of car A is done. Yeah, they're just... They're rather sizable feet, too. Did Bigfoot get up on here? We've got sand? Really? Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a couple of our pictures here. So we need to come into options, turn off the crosshair dirt details. Down as small as we can. Be good. Get one with the little with our little gnome pal. There we go. Yeah, it's a really long car. Like, what kind of festival was this? Was this like a rave or something? What the heck? What is up with all the paint? Are these the trains that took him to the paintball festival? The paintball competition or something? Like, good grief. Anyway, that's going to be where we end for today. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our Tumblr account, our Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more Red Dead Redemption 2. And then that following midnight, we'll be back with more Powerwash Simulator. We're almost done with the Muckingham Files. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!